They probably don't walk around going, because that's like 90% of Dragon Ball Z dialogue.
Me and you apparently have a lot of the same turn-offs with anime. Like, that's what took me the longest time to be able to get into it, was like stuff like that, the overacting of emotions and trying to fill all the dead spots with any kind of noise. I was like, no one does that.
Yeah, no.
No one gets surprised and goes, like, no one does that.
I'm going to start doing that when I get scared now.
Welcome, one and all, to episode 21 of Screen Woven, your hub for all things stories. I am one of your co-hosts, Chris Davis. This is Winston Churchill.
Greetings, great to be with you.
We left the cigar outside. Thought it'd be best not to smoke in here.
I picked a bad day to not wear a waistcoat.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, hope everyone's doing good. We're coming to you bright and early on this lovely November Friday. With like just the most bittersweet timing, I feel like could possibly have fallen upon us, because I have an ever-growing feeling that today is going to be a pretty special day, and it's going to happen like the second we hit stop on recording this. I know you said you're not on Twitter right now, so allow me to update you.
Okay.
Over the past like 24 hours, all of a sudden, all these like leak accounts have started back up the chittering that we're getting chair reveal number 2 for Avengers Doomsday.
Okay.
Now, no dates or times or anything else has been said, but last time it was on a Friday, and the reason I put a little merit to it this time, even though last time this all started, nothing came of it, is only because the other news, which this is confirmed, it's not like huge news, but it is confirmed. We are officially getting the first trailer for Doomsday in just like a couple weeks, like a few weeks.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
It will be attached to Avatar: Fire and Ash.
Who cares about that?
I'm not like super hyped for that, but I kind of have to be because my wife's looking forward to that a lot. But that movie, I'm telling you, that movie might end up having one of the most like epic trailer lineups attached to it ever.
Yeah.
It's definitely got Avengers. And then there's like a lot of there's like a lineup of projects. People were talking about the next Mario movie might have a trailer already out, ready for that, or at least a teaser ready to be attached to it. Anyway, aside from that, point is, we're 3-ish weeks removed from getting a trailer, and some stuff's already come out about the trailer. Again, not 100% confirmed, but this is from fairly reliable sources, that it's very Doom heavy. I think I sent you this in text. Very Doom heavy. Shows that he apparently is like reliant on his body armor to live.
Yeah, I did see something about that.
There's apparently a couple, like 2 or 3 versions of the trailer that they're like trying to pick right now which one they want to put out first. The talk that I've heard is that one will be attached to Avatar in December here in the next few weeks, and another one will come out a few months after that with the Super Bowl in February. Now, obviously, all of that's subject to change except for the thing that's confirmed about Fire and Ash, but I do believe there's multiple cuts of the trailer. And in one of them, supposedly Steve and Peggy are in it, but not in costume.
Oh.
So they're just Steve and Peggy.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, they're not like Captain America and Captain Britain or whatever. It's just
or
them.
Agent Carter.
Agent Carter, yeah. It's just them, I guess, as a couple, confirming what a lot of people have been saying, that movie will open up with Doom attacking them.
Oh boy.
So yeah, I just have a feeling, and you will see me checking my phone a lot throughout this, because if it starts breaking while we're recording, I'm switching gears like immediately. Not to mention, there's nothing like huge to talk about. This is just going to be a kind of conversational day.
Well, I've got something massive to drop on you.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. I was going to say, okay, all right. You give me any warning or nothing? All right. You got my hopes up there.
I know. I felt really guilty the second I started, but I was like, the ball's already rolling now.
I got to do it.
Yeah.
I haven't even started, but the ball's rolling in my mind.
Yeah.
So now I got to say it. But yeah, no, I have a feeling that today might be the day we get the second batch of reveals. Let me ask your opinion. Do you think we're getting a second batch of reveals? Period. Not even today, but just at all.
I have no idea. I mean, I have no inclination one way or another.
If Marvel, this is my opinion on it. If Marvel, since you asked, if Marvel was at the place they were, like, not even 10 years, like 6 years ago, I would say probably not. But with the way everything's been going, and it's going to be quite a drought between what was our last installment with Fantastic Four and our next one, which will, I think, be Brand New Day. Another movie we're going to get a trailer for very soon.
Oh, yeah.
I think they will do it. I do. I am. That's the reason I bite on these so hard when the chattering starts, because I do think they realize that they're kind of regaining some of that goodwill, like especially this year. 3 pretty solid movies were dropped. At least one solid show. I mean, I know not everyone loved Zombies. I enjoyed Zombies, but Daredevil Born Again, I think a lot of people enjoyed. I know you had some mixed feelings on it, but there were times where you were really enjoying it. I think this year was a good year for them in terms of just stepping back into good graces with fans, and I think that they know everyone, even the biggest haters of Marvel. If you haven't seen a Marvel movie in the last few years, you're gonna go watch Doomsday. I mean, I know people will.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, just so you can be ready for what's coming next, which is Secret Wars.
Yeah.
So I think they know they kind of got everyone like in the palm of their hand on this one, and I think they want to continue to drum up hype for it. That's why I do believe. Not to mention there were just so many notable names that weren't in that first reveal.
Yeah.
That like people are like pretty sure will be in this movie. So I don't know. That's where I'm at on it. I think we will get one.
Okay. That's all, guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, that was a great episode. I was really hoping it would break like in that first few minutes. It would have been great timing. So moving forward a little bit from that, I don't think this like will and won't hit you the way that I would want it to. You about to say something or
no? Go ahead.
Okay.
I do have something minor to drop on you though.
Okay, that's fine. So for my One Piece fans out there, particularly the live action show on Netflix, it was announced.
Whoa, live action.
Yeah,
I didn't realize One Piece was live action.
They have it's originally a manga and anime, but they have a live action show on Netflix now.
Wow. Like it's already out?
The first season is, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I got to check that out. I had no idea.
It's pretty good. Especially if like you're not big into anime, but like the concept seems alluring to you, and also like this doesn't go for every anime, but for One Piece in particular, you just don't want to dedicate yourself to catching up on 1,000 episodes, literally over 1,000 episodes of a show. Yeah, there's like an 8-episode first season of One Piece that condenses like the first 2 arcs into one thing.
Interesting. I gotta check that out.
It's pretty good. I mean, I'll put it like this. I know you're not big into anime, so I'm going to kind of explain this first, but do you know the whole thing about video game movies? Like the whole, not really adage, but like the whole outlook on them, generally speaking?
Yeah, like they're kind of garbage.
Right. Like for some reason, even though there could be video games with like really cool stories and concepts, for some reason, no studio can nail a video game movie. Like,
What did you think of Uncharted?
I never watched it.
Oh, really?
I never watched it.
See, I watched it without having ever played the games. I had like seen bits and pieces of people playing it. I thought it was pretty good, but apparently everyone hated it.
Well, fans of the games hated it. Yeah. And that's what I'm like, for some reason.
They did do one really stupid thing that I hated, but other than that, the movie was good.
Well, I mean, I don't care. You could tell me.
Well, they were setting it up for Antonio Banderas to be this really big baddie, and he was kind of intimidating. And they had this other lady who was like an antagonist throughout it, but she was kind of in the background, and she didn't really have any weight to the story. And there's a part where Antonio Banderas is like giving his monologue to his group about why he is doing what he's doing, and his motivations are really good. And I'm like, wow, he's starting to become an interesting character. And then this lady just cuts his throat, and then she's like, I'm the big baddie now. And I was like, what? And they never explained her motivations or her character. She was the most shallow villain. So that was really dumb. If everything else had happened in that movie, but he was the one doing it instead of her, I think it would have been really good. But that did take a lot out of it. Because also, I don't even know who this actress is. You're going to bring Antonio Banderas, a like well-established... I saw him, I was like, oh, this is going to be good. He's going to be a good villain.
Yeah.
And then just kill him?
Yeah.
Because it's for some lady? I was like, that was lame.
Yeah. Stuff like that just feels so intentional sometimes.
Yeah.
Like it almost feels like, man, this is too good. Like we gotta do something to slow this down.
We don't want to become millionaires.
We are cooking here. No, yeah, that's crazy. That doesn't make any sense. Even outside the context of like people who like the games not liking it for whatever. I'm sure they had other reasons. That might even have been a big reason, but typically people who play the games, their outlook on the movies based on those games is that like they don't capture that feeling that the games bring. And it's fair. I mean, to me, one of the only ones I can really speak to is I got really excited for the Assassin's Creed movie when they were doing it, because Michael Fassbender, phenomenal actor. And Assassin's Creed to me was like a slam dunk. Like they're part of their whole thing for a while. They've kind of ruined it now, but back then was that like they had really good story and really cool lore, and it like tied in from like the past and the present. It was a really cool blend. And to me, the version in the games really suited itself to like, I don't know, to be adapted, I guess, to the big screen. But in the game, have you ever played the games?
Yeah, I played the third one a little bit.
Okay. I can't remember. Yeah, you see it a little bit in the third one, but it's not really a focus. So I'll explain that in the first couple games, like what you find out is you're playing a guy in the present, Desmond Bain, who has ancestral ties to this organization, the Assassins, and in order to like tap into those memories so that these present day people can learn where these like artifacts are to go retrieve them before the bad guys, the Templars, which in present day is Abstergo, they put him in this machine. It's like a cradle called
I do remember that at the beginning of the game.
The Animus, I want to say. And that's what he like lays in, and it taps in and blah blah blah. Well, throughout the games, Desmond like starts to like see like things from the past are like bleeding into his like mind. And at first it's just like visual cue stuff, but then as the games go on, like he begins to show physical traits of his like ancestors. Like he begins to be able to do like the parkour and all that stuff that you do as the assassin.
Mm-hmm.
It's like his body is like, it was already there, but he's like tapping into it almost.
That's pretty cool.
And it's really neat. In the movie, the animus that they hooked him up to, like, is this giant empty room with like a huge robot arm that like attaches to all their like to their spine and their arms and legs and stuff. And then like they jump around in the room and the like robot arm moves them around and stuff. And I'm like,
why would you change that?
I was like, if anything, you made it harder to shoot.
Yeah.
You made it harder to film that than just they lay in this pod.
Okay. Can you help me understand what is the thought process behind it? Do they legitimately think that's a cooler idea?
I'm my assumption, and this is me giving them the benefit of the doubt that this, like I said, like that this stuff isn't intentional, because I almost feel like it has to be sometimes.
Yeah.
My thought process. Oh, bless you.
Yeah.
If I'm giving them the,
I thought I had to sneeze again.
Is that maybe they thought that was more visually appealing than just a stagnant shot of the actor laying in a thing. Like, oh, we've got Michael Fassbender. He's like one of the cool current like action stars. Like, we can't just have scenes of him laying in a bed, which I get, but like also those scenes shouldn't even be extensive. They shouldn't. Those scenes shouldn't take up enough of your screen time to where that should matter, because the whole point is you lay in it to go back to the past, and then now you're shooting stuff from the past. That's the point.
Yeah. That's really stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand some changes that you have to make when you adapt things from one medium to another, but the fundamental changes that change the core thing that people loved about it, that doesn't make any, like, let me give you an example of a good change. I had something in my throat there. In Lord of the Rings, which I know you've seen.
Yes. Thank goodness.
There's a part in the book where Lady Galadriel gives Gimli 2 locks of her hair because she gives gifts to everyone from the Fellowship when they pass through her realm. And he asks for that because he's just so infatuated with her. Like, she's just this amazing, and she's like very endearingly. It's like, all right, fine. In the movies, like, they described why they changed that, because there was no way to get hairs to show up on a camera, especially in the woods. Lothlorien, I don't know how to pronounce it. Lothlorien, whatever it is. So what they did was they had Gimli when they're on the boats leaving, and everyone's talking about how amazing that experience was, and then someone asked, "What did she give you?" And he just like very like looks off into space and is like, "She gave me 2 strands of her golden hair." And it's kind of funny, but they still stayed true to the story, but they had to adapt it because there was no way to. They're not. I don't understand those changes like in Assassin's Creed where they're like, there's no reason to do that. And that happens all the time in adaptations. Like Avatar: The Last Airbender. They changed so much that was completely unnecessary to change.
Yeah. That's another good example of one that went through way too much reworking. Yeah, I don't know, man. I know these things get screen tested, but I often wonder who's watching these.
Yeah, I know.
Who are you like? The core audience for Avatar, the animated show, was like elementary to middle school kids, maybe certain niche groups of like even high schoolers, and then my mom, who also loved it. But who are you bringing in to screen test this live? Are you bringing in like 80-year-olds and they're like, well, yes, that was quite fun. That was very, very groundbreaking. Fire karate. Like, I mean, what? Like, anyone who has any knowledge at all about the show would have watched that and be like, hey, what was that? What was this? Change the name.
Yeah.
Just like you did with the main character, change the name of this movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that was the dumbest change. Ong, Soka.
Katera, K-Tara.
I don't know. Maybe there's like this weird thing where if you're directing something someone else has done, you feel like you have to put your spin on it to make it yours or something. I don't know.
That probably has something to do with it, because I know there's a lot of egos in Hollywood and stuff, but I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Some of it just, I'm like, y'all don't realize how easy you had it.
Yeah.
You had it so easy.
Yeah.
There are so many brand new things coming out that have to just pave their own ground and hope that it works, and a lot of times it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
You had an established thing. You just had to like make it real.
Yeah.
You couldn't even do it.
Yep. I'm with you.
But anyway, I even forgot how we got on that topic.
We were talking about Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, but before that, because One Piece.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I tell you all that to say, thank you. I tell you all that to say, the general outlook on Netflix's live action adaptations of animes is very similar. They usually drop the ball.
Mm-hmm.
When the One Piece adaptation was being promoted before the first season came out, there was actually a lot of positive, not hype is not the word I'm looking for, like hope. That's not the word, but like that is what, like it was like people were, okay, we'll see. The guy who they got to play the main character, Monkey D. Luffy, I forget his real name. I think it's like Hispanic or something. I don't know. I don't remember it. But he
his name is Hispanic?
Yeah.
Like you're like, hey, Hispanic, how's it going?
Yeah. That's why it's so forgettable.
I realize he's not getting it, and I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it is. It sounded like you just couldn't believe it. Like his name is Hispanic. That's crazy. Now I get it though. Yeah, but like he super encapsulates the
Hispanic.
Yeah. The like genuine joy that the character of Luffy, I'm brain dead today with my words.
That's okay. Take your time.
Yeah, I'm rocky today. Just the joy that he exemplifies. My goodness, finally. I knew it had an X. I couldn't remember the rest. The joy that he exemplifies as a character, he really encapsulates that well. And it sounds to me like I've heard him do interviews and stuff. He's very knowledgeable about the source material. So like he's a big fan. So that helps. Ichiro Oda, who is the guy who created One Piece and writes it still to this day, because it's not done yet. He is also very passionate, or it seems like he was very passionate about if they were going to do an adaptation, certain things would have to be met, like certain expectations, which I think is a big reason why Avatar failed and a lot of these video game ones fail, because these people are just like, oh, you're going to give me millions of dollars to adapt a thing I've already done all the work on and you're going to do all the work? Cool. Not realizing that if you're not involved in it and if you don't make them meet certain things, you kind of tainted your creation's own legacy, honestly.
Yeah. Which makes sense in situations where you have, like, for instance, if you're like an author and someone gives you a movie deal, it's like you're not really making that much money off the book. I mean, granted, if you're at the point where you're getting a movie deal, you're probably making a decent amount, but not nearly the amount you could make for a movie. So it's like they're like, yeah, make a movie out of it. Great. That's because you get paid a lot.
Right.
And they're like, they're writers. So
well, and to be fair, I'm sure that these studios offer them more money to be hands off.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But I don't understand it for things like Avatar, which is like you're already super successful. You're making bukus of money off of it. At least I think so. I mean,
They had to be.
yeah,
They were like Nickelodeon's workhorse for a while.
yeah,
And then all the merch,
yeah.
clothes, school supplies. I mean, yeah, they had to
Politicians.
be. Yeah. I agreed with that because I trust you, not because I know what you're talking about.
I was just throwing random words out
knew
there.
I shouldn't have trusted you. No, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how profitable an animated show is. Like that's. I'm gonna Google it. Now I'm curious. Because now you got me wondering.
You sounded so excited. I'm a Google.
I'm gonna Google it. Avatar.
While we pause for this short intermission, it's time for us to tell you about.
This is where we'd put an ad placement if we had one.
Okay, Josh Peck. I mean Josh Nichols. I guess either way.
Does not have box office revenue. I know that.
Nichols.
However, the franchise as a whole, which includes the live action films.
Yeah, that doesn't give us any info.
Well, here's what I can tell you. It says this includes the live action films, which there's only one of.
They might be talking about Netflix.
That's not a film, though.
Well, it's no, but the live act, they might be lumping them all together.
Well, it says the total with the Avatar 2009 film. Okay, Google is dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it Gemini answering?
The AI overview thing?
Yeah, that's Gemini.
It's because it said the 2009 film grossing approximately $2.92 billion. And I was like,
what?
There's no way that many people saw that movie. And then it said, and the sequel, Avatar: The Way of Water. I was like, all right.
You got to put The Last Airbender.
Yeah, I'm seeing
Actually, M. Night Shyamalan named it The Last Airbender because it was coming out around the same time as the first Avatar movie. So he didn't want there to be any confusion about the two. But they should have just called it Avatar: The Last Airbender. And they should have just not ever made Avatar, and James Cameron should have retired on the Titanic and gone out with a bang.
So, yeah, it said the animated series did not release official revenue figures, but it was a massive rating success and received widespread critical acclaim. The live-action film grossed approximately $319 million, which is a lot more believable.
Yeah.
And the live-action Netflix program has reported 2.2 billion global campaign views for its live-action series.
That's pretty big.
That is. But see, that should tell you something. Even after the bad taste that the live-action film left in everyone's mouth, and the fact that since that, the only thing we really got was Korra, which left a lot of people split on it. Like, there were a lot of people who didn't like Korra and a lot of people who did.
You were wrong.
Even at that, when the Netflix one came out, it had over 2 billion views on it. Like, that should tell you something.
Yeah, it should tell you like, in the Netflix got a lot of things wrong too.
I was gonna say you told me even that one. I never watched it because of you telling me like it wasn't that great.
The first episode was really good. The second one, they changed so much that I just thought it was so. I couldn't deal with it. One thing they got way better, was the costumes and the fighting and the bending. Like, that was awesome. But they started changing so much with the story that it was like that poops all over the whole idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was definitely much better. But it just like the point you're trying to make. Like, even Netflix got a bunch of stuff wrong and they still had that many views on it.
Right.
Just do the show justice.
Yeah.
You know, that's all you have to do.
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's less work for you too.
Well, yeah. I mean, the way they promoted it at the beginning of them going into production, like pre-production and stuff, was that it was going to just be the show. But since the episodes were going to be longer and they had the original creators on board, they were going to add some things in that they had to take out of the original running of the show because either A, episode runtime wouldn't allow for it, or B, it might have been a little too mature for an animated show. But since the goal of this version of it was to be able to reach a little bit wider audience, they were going to be able to step a little, obviously it wasn't going to be like rated R stuff, but just like a little more into that, like maybe PG-13 range as far as not source material, like topics covered and things like that. And maybe even physical, like violence, like the fights and stuff. So like they were going to be able to add in a lot of things that they wanted to do back then, but for various reasons couldn't, because these episodes were longer. But it was still going to be an episode by episode retelling of the show, because they said, well, that's what people loved. That's what they want to see recreated. And I know there was a falling out there, and they ended up leaving the project, just like the same thing that happened with Shamali Khan or Mahershala Ali. So I don't know. Anyway, a little off topic. The point is, adaptations often go wrong. Same could be said for Netflix doing anime adaptations. People just were like, "This, you're ruining them."
Yeah.
Well, when the One Piece one was coming around, it had, first of all, One Piece has a very, very, very passionate fan base, and they were like, "If you're doing this, you better not screw it up, because we'll kill you."
We'll kill you dead.
We'll kill you. They were, I think, cautioned to take it not lightly at all.
Yeah.
And Oda, I think, was pretty involved. So fun story here.
Boy.
Yeah, you better buckle in, man. This gets crazy. It doesn't. I had never seen One Piece. And as we've talked about and kind of just alluded to a minute ago, I was not big on anime at all. But my brother is a huge anime fan, and a couple of my buddies are really big into it, and they've been like pushing me for a few years, like, come on, man, you got to give some of these a try. So I started kind of dipping my toes in the water here and there with different ones, and I found a couple I was enjoying, but I had never just gone out and like started one on my own. So One Piece, I had heard of it. I mean, it's been running since we were like born. I mean, pretty much. And my wife is a big Pirates fan. She loves like Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff. So I was like, give this a shot. I mean, I like Pirates stuff too, and maybe this is one we could watch together if she wanted to or whatever. And the first thing I did was, instead of watching the show, I had my Kindle and I downloaded the first volume of the manga and started reading it. And I read the whole first volume in like half an hour. I just was like,
wow,
burning through it. And I was like, all right, well, let me get the second one and just see if I keep liking it. And like, I read through the first 3 volumes, like literally within like an hour and a half, just sitting in my chair in the living room and just burning through them.
Quick question.
Yeah.
When you read manga on your Kindle, do you still swipe to the left?
No, you go backwards.
Really?
I think you can set it to where you flip it regular, but like as it downloads, like without changing anything, you have to flip.
Wow. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. I think they just wanted to bring that feel of it, of you still holding it, which makes sense. So yeah, you still flip it the other way, which is kind of cool, but burned through them. I was like, this is really cool and funny. Like it really surprised me how funny it was. And I think I've told you this before, but I got a lot of Avatar vibes from it. Like there's this young protagonist who's like just wanting everyone to like be free and happy and cool, and we're chilling, and he could beat whoever he goes up against in a fight, but he's not like necessarily looking to fight unless like you want to fight. Now Luffy is a lot more ready to fight than like Aang. Like Aang was kind of almost pacifist at certain times. Luffy's not like that. Like Luffy will fight you almost if you don't want to, but he wants to, kind of thing. But it's he like enjoys it. Like it's not like an angry thing. It's like this is where I have fun is fighting. Kind of like Goku a little bit, I guess. But like the whole them eating the devil fruits and getting different powers, and he's the rubber man, so he like is all stretchy and stuff. The funny thing that me and my buddy talked about was like Oda has this way of taking what would be really boring abilities in any other thing and making them really interesting. Like Mr. Fantastic is probably one of the oldest Marvel heroes. I mean, Fantastic Four was Marvel's first family. Like they've been around for forever.
That was the first Marvel comic ever to come out.
Okay, so there you go. So I mean, it's old.
Yeah.
That stretchy, rubbery thing, like it's old.
Yeah.
He somehow continues to find new ways to like give Luffy all these like new moves and stuff, and it's so fun to watch because you're just like, that's awesome. Like he has the Gum Gum pistol, which is just him punching, and then he's got like the Gum Gum spear, which where he puts his feet together and shoves them like a javelin, and they go like
cool.
Little more powerful attack. He's the Gum Gum anvil and like all this stuff.
Does Oda draw the pictures too?
He writes the story and does the art.
That's really cool.
He's really good, like very talented, and he's funny. And what I also like about him, he does this out of like love and passion. He does not even want to be famous. Anytime you ever see a picture of him, he's got like a picture like he knows is being taken. Like if you put like a picture in the author thing of the manga, he puts they impose like a fish head over him. No one really knows what he looks like.
Wow, that's cool.
He doesn't he's not all about the fame and stuff. He wanted to do this because he enjoys manga. So he seems like a really cool dude. All this to say, I was like, okay, this is really cool. And the thing that got me to start reading it was I was seeing all these promotions and trailers and stuff for the live action. I was like, I wonder if I'll like it. So I started reading. I was like, okay, this is really cool. I'm definitely going to watch it. So I started digging in more and more to the production of the live action show before it came out. We're talking practical sets. Like literally they showed a featurette, like a behind the scenes thing of the crew walking onto the real ship that they sail on in the manga.
That's really cool.
You built a real ship on the water so that you didn't have to CGI them like in a big green screen room on a ship.
Yeah.
Very cool. Some of the creatures and things in the manga and in the animated show and everything are like weird looking. Like they're not all normal. Like there's a species called fishmen, and could have for sure CG'd them in the show. Makeup, all of them. I was just amazed.
Yeah, that's cool.
At the amount of time and care that was put into crafting this show.
See, now I have to watch it. You've sold me on it.
It's I'm telling you, it might take you a little getting used to because it is different. I mean, it's weird, but if you like Avatar, I really do think you will appreciate One Piece. Now, I'll be very interested to know your take on it as someone who's coming to it just like I haven't read any of it, watched any of the original thing. I'm just watching the live action.
Yeah.
Because I think what a lot of people can love and appreciate about the live action is what it is adapting, which is so funny because we just spent all this time talking about how bad that usually is. But they did a really good job adapting the source material. The source material to me is what made me really, really love these characters. Mm-hmm. And that's, I can't remember if we've talked about this on here or not, but I know we have talked about it. I'm a sucker for a found family thing. And that is heavy in One Piece. It's the whole thing. He wants to build the best pirate crew of all time so he can become king of the pirates. And he goes around, literally the first person he picks up is a pirate bounty hunter.
That's cool.
It's the whole thing is very unique and fun. So I bring all that up because I sent you that they just announced for season 3 the casting of Fire Fist Ace, who
I don't think you sent me that.
I did. You
Did I
responded to it.
respond to it?
Yeah. Wow, you must have me on auto respond. You said you must have just like not known at all what it
Oh
meant.
yeah. Okay, I remember that now. Yeah, the guy from Cobra Kai.
Yes,
Yeah.
the lead. What's his name in that show?
Miguel.
Miguel from Cobra Kai, who also plays whatever his name is
Blue Beetle?
in Blue Beetle, has been announced as the live action Fire Fist Ace, aka Luffy's brother, in the One Piece
Nice.
live action show. So people were really hype about that, and I actually learned something cool. This person posted on TikTok a video that they had from like
Excuse me.
2 years like 2 years ago or something. Like it was a little like a year or two ago. There was some event that he was at, and you could like go stand in line to go up, get him to sign stuff, meet him and all that. So they had the Blue Beetle popcorn bucket, and they wanted him to sign it, but they also had a I don't know exactly. It looked like a CD case, like an old school, like flip it open, like the plastic CD case, but I don't know what it was, but it had Ace on it. And the person filmed themselves while they were still in line saying there's a lot of rumors that like he's going to play Ace in the live action show. And like, that's one of my favorite characters. And like, he was my fan cast for him. So like, I'm just going to get him to sign it, and hopefully I'm right. Hopefully I'm right. That'd be really cool. Well, he got through the line and got up there and he signed his stuff. And on the Ace thing, now this was a year ago. On the Ace thing, he put, "You called it," and signed it. So this guy knew for a year that he was going to be cast as Ace. And it was really cool that he said, "I'm not posting this till it gets announced." So he kept it in his archive or whatever. And then the day it got announced a couple days ago, he posted that on TikTok.
That's really cool.
So that was really cool that he literally put on there, "You called it." So he's known for a while.
As someone who's not even an anime fan, I would just flock to that, because just the fact that they care so much.
Yeah.
You know, that's what people are drawn to.
Yeah.
Well,
that's, I think, why it's blowing up over here so much now.
Yeah.
Like when I was in even high school, even college, the anime like scene was really, really niche. Like there was a group of people that you would know were like big into it, but
no one talked to them.
yeah, well, I mean, you didn't really talk to them about that because you probably didn't know about it.
That gives me a funny. Do you remember the guys I did the Just Bad Luck thing?
Yeah.
I was having a lunch with them at IHOP, and at one point, a waitress who wasn't even our waitress came over and she said, "Hey guys, I got a question. I got a bet going with my friends." And we were like, "All right." She said, "Do y'all watch anime?" We were like, "No." She's like, "Dang it." But
Dang.
just like, to your point, there was a vibe.
Right.
You know, like only certain kinds of people.
Yeah. Like there was a look, there was a vibe, and not to say other people didn't watch it here and there, but like that was the thing. Like I watched like Dragon Ball Z when I was in like elementary school.
Yeah, same.
But that was it. Like that was the furthest I ever went into it. I knew a little bit about Pokemon and a little bit about Yu-Gi-Oh! And that was it. Like, but in the last few years, man, it has blown up over here. Like it's really, and I think that's why they take it very seriously as an art. Like they really, they don't. I have not heard of them. The only complaints I've heard about anime, like where people like fans would say they're kind of phoning it in, is sometimes like on the animation front, like the actual animating of it. But the voice acting we've already talked about, the storylines, like they don't take that stuff lightly at all. And a lot of them are very serious about the animating, but it's just, that's hard to do. I mean, that's easier said than done. So, but yeah, that's exactly what drew me to it, was like just the passion of these fan bases, and then like the reciprocation of that from like the people in it and the people creating it back to the fan. Like here in America, there's become such a culture, I feel like, of like, yeah, we do this. Like, we deserve this attention, but like,
Oh yeah.
even though you're the reason we're famous, we don't owe anything back to you. And to some extent, that's true. I'm not saying like actors like owe themselves to the people or any. I'm not saying that, but like there should be some reciprocation of like appreciation.
Yeah.
You would not be there if it weren't for us paying to put you there. And I just felt like that thankful attitude goes a long way. And sure. I'm with you. I just it's really has drawn me into this culture that I'm still kind of just baby stepping into, but the more and more I get into it, I'm like, this is really cool.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of cool themes in a lot of these things too. So that's really fun and interesting. But also, we always talk about original creative storytelling that's not sequels and prequels and remakes. You get a lot of that here. A lot of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's very true.
I've been enjoying it. And I sent you that too, just because of it being Miguel. I was like, oh man, Daniel will like that, even if he doesn't get what this means. But yeah, season 2 of the live action One Piece comes out in March. So if you haven't seen season 1,
I'm gonna go check it out.
Go check it out. And
I'm not kidding.
I believe
I'm serious.
No,
for real.
Okay. We should talk about that next episode. Give you
a good idea.
Couple weeks to watch it, and then next episode we'll have to get your thoughts.
You should watch The Paper, and then I'll watch that, and then we'll.
Okay.
Speaking of which, this is my little nugget of info
I
wanted to dump on you. We decided to give it another try because we stopped watching about halfway through, but it was so good that we were like, all right, we'll give it another try. And do you remember the last time we talked about this? I was like, I like it because it doesn't have the same cringy type of humor.
Yes.
Well, I was wrong. Episode 7, what made me more uncomfortable than any Office episode I can think of. Like, maybe Scott's Tots would be the close.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's the worst. but it was funny, but it was hard. Like Claire and I the whole time were going like, oh, like every next scene we were like, oh, I can't watch this. What's he gonna? It was, but I loved and hated it because it was really funny and really well written. But at the same time, the thing that I liked most about the main character was that he wasn't like Michael. And he still isn't like Michael, except now he's starting to do more cringy things. His motivations are different, though. Michael wants everyone to like him, and he's just
this guy's like a passionate reporter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To a point that it's cringe. And he wants to impress the boss, but it's like because he wants to do a good job. It's not because he wants to be liked necessarily.
Right.
So, yeah. But anyways, I just wanted to drop because you were saying that was your thing you loved about The Office. It's still there. It's very much there.
Well, and to be fair, I mean, I figured it would. I mean, it's the same writers and creator, or at least some of the same writers and creator. I mean, I figured it'd be there somewhat, but I don't know if maybe I misworded it when we last spoke. I loved how Steve Carell pulled off the cringe humor, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah.
Not that I don't like it in general, and I mean I'm still intrigued to go check this show out and just see how I vibe with it. But it was not so much that it was cringe humor, and more the fact of like how Steve Carell does cringe humor.
Well, I think you'll like it. But here's the thing: you have to really fight this. You can't compare it to The Office.
Yeah, I know.
That's the only reason.
That's going to be hard for me.
I know it's because they announced it as the sequel to The Office, but. Yeah. If you like try to treat it like it's its own thing, this is a different place and it's just the same film crew. There's no this version of Jim, this version of Michael. Like, don't do that. Just let it do what it does. I think it's actually really it's hilarious. There are some like legitimately hysterical moments in that show.
Okay. Yeah, I do need to still check that out, but there was something else I was going to ask you. I thought about that, and now I'm blanking. Oh, do you think that they're going to? Because I was thinking about this the other day. Something came up on one of my socials or something about it, and I started leaning into rabbit hole thinking. in that realm of like, there are definitely people who are comparing it to The Office.
Yeah.
Do you think that they're going to, like, if this show continues, which is it already renewed for a second season? Do you know?
I don't know. I hope so, because I love it.
If it is, which let's just assume it is, probably. Do you think that they will lean into in like future installments that like, well, hey, we know people are going to be thinking that this is the so and so of this show, so like let's like pull this big misdirect where like we lean into it and then pull the rug out, like for example. And I don't know any of the characters, so this is just me throwing something at the wall. But, like if there, like, is a Jim and Pam-esque thing that like it's not, but because it's the Office spinoff, people are like, that's the Jim and Pam.
There's definitely one of those that people are comparing to.
Okay, that like they would like lean into it and then like pull the rug out from under you, and like turns out like they end up with like completely different people that like. You know what I'm saying? Like use people's expectations against them in that.
I have no idea.
Would that be smart?
I have no idea. I mean, I think it all depends on how they do it. I think it could be really cool because I'm trying to think now about the Jim and Pam type thing. It's already much different than Jim and Pam, and like I know as soon as I saw what they were doing, I was like, people are going to compare this to Jim and Pam, and that's a huge mistake because it doesn't have. They're not. I don't think the paper is trying to replicate Jim and Pam.
Right. I don't either.
But people are just naturally. But these characters are just way different. But so I don't know. It's hard to say because it doesn't even feel to me like it would be pulling the rug out from under them because it doesn't feel like Jim and Pam to me because I'm not making those comparisons.
Right.
So I don't know. I mean, if they pulled out the rug and they ended up with different people, it totally could work, but it could also not work because of the way they've set it up. There's been some pretty cringe moments in between those two as well.
Fair enough.
One in particular that was really funny, but also really, really difficult
to watch.
Dude, the Italian like antagonist lady, she was like so evil at the very beginning, and now she's like hilariously evil. Like it's so I didn't like her at first, but now I think she's hilarious. Oh man, I kind of wish you had watched it now because I want to hear your thoughts on
Well, it sounds like we're gonna have a good trade off for the next episode.
Yeah.
Of course, knowing our luck, we're also gonna have to talk about the inevitable chair reveal for Doomsday on that.
That's
one.
also true.
It'll be our first
Have you been
5-hour
checking?
episode. No, I need to. I almost don't want to because like it will completely. We'll just be sitting here. Oh, it's the next chair. They're doing the next. See, here we Den of Nerds an hour ago. Are they really doing Chairs 2.0 today? Like everyone is talking about it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, everyone, like world leaders, have resigned for the day.
The government shut down. Oh man. No, I'm not seeing anything on it right now, but I did have something else saved that I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh boy! So now you got a minor thing to drop on me.
Well, this is more discussion based, but also, have you seen the trailer for the new Michael Jackson like biopic?
No, but I don't really care about that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Why do we need another one?
No, this is like not like a documentary, but like kind of like the NWA movie or the Bohemian Rhapsody movie for Queen. Like it's
like
okay. It's an actor play like showing his life story, like him growing up and becoming.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't like Michael Jackson.
You're crazy.
No, I like his music, but I don't like him.
You're crazy.
Well, yeah, but what does that have to do with anything?
Where is this thing? Yeah,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, while Chris looks for something to talk about, how about I tell you about, for any people who are wanting to advertise on this podcast, I have made 2
perfect openings.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone is on the edge of their seat now, wondering what product is going to absolutely change their lives, and that's where you guys come in. So, pay us, please.
Pay us, please. I did save this to talk to you about just because I thought it was crazy.
No, I don't like that.
Yeah, you're probably right. That was stupid. I don't even know why I brought it. I'm sorry, man. Just go back to your non-advertisement advertisement. Or your advertisement for us getting advertisements.
Yeah. Ads on ads.
Yeah. I saw a thing that was the top 15 trending Halloween costumes for this year.
Oh, interesting.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Is one of them me?
6 of the top 15 were all from K-pop Demon Hunter.
Wow. I've been seeing a lot about that show. People are like obsessed with it.
I watched, Regla watched it and fell in love with it, and she wanted me to watch it, so we sat and watched it a couple weeks ago. It's pretty good, not gonna lie. But I was shocked that such a brand new thing, like it must have just really hit with people. 6 of the top, that's like almost half.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't watched it. It didn't look really like it appealed to me at all.
It may not. I don't know. I mean,
I really want to check out One Piece now. I want to see that live action ship and stuff.
Have you? I don't think we talked about this, or maybe we did. Did I talk to you about the Ryan Johnson quote last episode?
Yeah,
okay.
About how he could do this for the rest of his life.
Yeah. Well, then I'm starting to think I didn't save the other thing I wanted because, like, I've now scrolled past the quote we already talked about.
We're running out of ideas, folks.
Well, it was a great idea, but now I can't find it. Oh, well, I might have saved it somewhere else. Oh, there it was. Literally saw it right as I backed out of that page.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and be setting it up while I scroll back to it. Which we might not even actually need the image, but just in case, I'm going to have it.
I don't want an image, but.
Well, you're getting one. After all this to find it, you're getting one. So this was an interesting thing that was kind of, I happened to scroll upon it on the Twitter sphere, and it really made me start to think. So, did you already see the image?
No.
Oh, okay. I saw you look, and I was like, "Dang it! You just kind of ruined it."
Well, I did glance, but I wasn't even like.
Okay.
My mind was somewhere else.
This is what he does when we record. Like I'm talking, and he's just like, "What am I gonna do for dinner tonight?"
Man, I'm thinking about lunch. I'm hungry.
Okay. Let me start it like this. Do you have a favorite director?
No, I don't think so. Not a favorite one.
I didn't think so either, but I wanted to ask first.
Yeah.
Who do you think has the better filmography between Christopher Nolan and Quentin Tarantino?
Christopher Nolan.
Wow, that was like way fast.
Yeah, I don't like Quentin Tarantino.
Oh man, that's gonna make this so hard to actually talk about because you're gonna discount everything that he does just because you don't like him.
Well, not necessarily. He's so gory and filth. Like it's just, and there's not. I don't know. I can't get past that. I can't see anything else he does when I watch his movies because it's just so dark and. Bleh.
Oh my gosh, man. Well, I had this image.
Is it gory?
No. It's just their films like lined up like side to side and I don't know, man, like
what's the thing you want to get at here?
Well, I thought we were going to be able to like have a real discussion about it, but it's going to be hard to do that when you just don't like one of the like flat out don't like any. Have you even ever seen any of his movies?
Quentin Tarantino? Yeah.
How many?
I don't know exactly how many. I know I watched The Hateful Eight, and that was awful. I mean,
oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I know that there's Django Unchained. I saw that. I hated that movie so much.
Oh my gosh,
dude! It's just the central core theme is the dark, gore, horrid feeling about. It's just darkness. That's his filmography to me. It's just darkness. It's all about making you feel raw and gross, and I'm just not into it, dude. What are some other films that he's done?
Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah. I never got into it. I've seen a couple of clips from that, and I just was like, yeah, I don't want to watch that.
Reservoir Dogs. Inglourious Bastards.
Oh yeah. I saw my brother was watching Inglourious Bastards, and I saw a clip of it and was like, gosh, I hate that.
That's like in my opinion, that might be his best film. Like from a directorial standpoint. Like, I mean, you could argue if you like different things better or whatever. He's also very thematic, but that movie is so good.
I wouldn't even say he's thematic. It's just gore.
I'm talking
death.
about. I'm talking about thematic, as in like you've got a war story, and you've got like a spaghetti western slave tale, and you've got a detective like, not noir really, but like detective-esque, The Hateful Eight, that whole thing.
Yeah, but the core theme is always darkness. It's always gore and horror, things that make you feel just gross inside. That's always the theme.
Okay, look. Let me. I'm going to meet you in the middle, even though I know you're not going to return that favor. But I'm going to meet you in the middle here. He's a lot for me too. Like he's a lot. I will say that. I can completely acknowledge that, and I can understand where you're coming from on that front. That being said, and to be fair, I know you already said like because of that, you can't see past that to anything else that he's going for. So I will say, just out of fairness, you have to admit you can't really critique the other parts of it because you just said you can't even see the other parts of it for what's in front of it, like what he puts on the surface of it, which is a lot of vulgar language and gore.
Okay, that's sort of true, but that's like making a cake out of dog crap and saying you can't critique the icing. The icing was really good.
No. Reverse. I'm
okay. You can't make dog crap out of icing, or ice. You can't make icing out of dog crap and then say, "Yeah, but the cake was really good," and you can't critique. You can't even say you can critique the cake. It's like,
well, actually,
you put dog crap on it.
What I'm saying is, this is a more appropriate, I think, analogy. Is more like if you gave someone a red velvet cake and put lemon icing on it, and they were like, I don't really like lemon icing, so that whole cake is bad. Like,
I don't think that's an equivalent analogy for one, but two,
you're calling it dog crap.
It's darkness. That's my whole point. It's just filth. But even so, lemon icing on a red velvet cake. You're ruined. That's the whole point of a red velvet cake. Is like it's cream cheese. I mean,
I
icing.
don't like red velvet cake. Anyway.
That's worse than liking Quentin Tarantino. You don't? Do you like carrot cake with like cream cheese icing? Oh, please don't tell me you like birthday cake, because birthday cake is absolute trash.
Not from like a store.
Okay, if it has cream cheese icing, I can probably eat it.
Yeah,
like that paper like icing.
Yeah, no, that's like whipped cream.
It's just not even whipped cream.
It's like light whipped cream.
Whipped cream is actually somewhat decent.
Nah,
you know what I'm talking about?
Whipped cream either.
Well, I don't either. But whipped cream is at least has some kind of substance.
But
to
like
it.
that whipped icing though, that's very, very light and almost flavorless.
It tastes like paper.
Yeah,
or plastic.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't like that either.
But like any kind of cake with a cream cheese icing.
The icing is,
so good.
To be fair,
so
the
good.
icing is not my problem with red velvet or carrot cake. I'm just not really a fan of them as a whole, really. I know I'm in the minority there.
That's fair, but that's kind of interesting. You're the only person I've ever seen actually embody the phrase, it's the icing, not the cake. Like, that's just the icing on the cake. Because I've always heard that saying, and I'm like, dude, what is cake without icing? That's like...
That is true.
Who would eat cake without icing, you know? It's like, that's the whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
The whole phrase is to say, you don't really need that. That's just the icing. I'm like, you need icing.
It's like, otherwise you're just a pig.
Yeah.
You're just eating sweet bread.
Exactly. That's like saying, That's just the roof, not the house. I'm like, who lives in a house without a roof?
You need icing for your roof. I would love that. Gingerbread house.
Oh,
You need icing for that roof.
That's also true.
See how we bring things full circle that don't matter?
Yeah, that's right. Now back to One Piece.
I would love to keep talking to you about One Piece, but I feel like at a certain point it becomes redundant for you to watch it if I keep talking to you
That's
about
also
it.
true.
Which is why I was trying to change the subject to something I thought would be a really cool like debate, but it turns out you're just like, well, that guy isn't even a director. He shouldn't even exist. And that guy has made some really good movies. So that guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's already sparking discussion, though.
I mean, that's true.
What movies do you like by him?
I was just about to say, I don't love all his movies, to be fair, which is why I thought this would be a cool debate, because I could kind of see it going either way. First of all, I haven't seen all of either of their movies. For Nolan, I have not seen The Prestige, Memento.
Oh, I forgot Nolan did The Prestige. Yeah. No contest. You haven't seen The Prestige? Mm-hmm. Dude, I completely forgot he did that one. That compared to any one of Quentin Tarantino's movies don't come close to The Prestige.
I can't argue that because I haven't seen it. But I will say, as someone who does value a lot of this, here's my other thing too. You got to remember we were just talking about Oda.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot to be said for a director who writes his movies.
Sure.
Now, I'm not saying Nolan doesn't, but I know Nolan has a team that writes with him. Quentin writes his movies.
Yeah.
And I think that's a level and above what just about any other director can even come close to, just because he can do that. Not only can do that, but do it well. I mean, again, I know you don't like his movies that well, but
I don't even think they're done well, though, to be honest.
He's literally looked at as like one of the kings of dialogue.
I know that. People love him for that reason. But the real reason Quentin Tarantino is such a phenomenon, like people flock to him, is the shock value. That's the only thing that has... If you took the shock value out of his movies, they're completely colorless.
See,
maybe he's got some good dialogue. But
I would give you that for his early stuff. Like if only his early stuff was popular. But stuff that came out when we were in like high school or just after, that was still making all that noise, like at that point the shock is done. Like we know what you do. Like if you're a one-trick pony and your whole thing is shock.
No, but the people still go for that shock value. That's why they go for that. They know that's what they're going to get for a Tarantino movie. It's the same reason.
Sorry, go ahead. I thought you were done.
No, go ahead.
I mean, speaking for myself, I disagree. I don't go for the shock value. That's the part I can't stand, to be honest with you. I mean, we've talked about one of the main reasons I can't do horror movies. I don't like all the excessive gore and all that stuff. It makes me sick. I don't like it. And I loved Hateful Eight. You know I love a whodunit. Hang on.
Oh my god.
Hang on,
Chris.
Hang on.
How can anyone like that movie?
There are things in it I despised, but like...
You mean like every 2 seconds? Okay, continue. I'm sorry.
There are things in it I hated, obviously, like even just the vomiting part, which is just,
dude, yeah.
Like, it's gross. But like, the part where he lines everyone up on the wall and he's like, we're going to get to the bottom of this, and he starts like digging into the mystery, Sam Jackson's character's like digging like and doing the whodunit part and like revealing it all, like, that's awesome. That was so cool.
That's like 1% of the movie.
You didn't like the whole beginning part where they're riding into the town? And
I barely remember any of it because it's overshadowed by all of the horrible stuff. I mean, aside from the gore, there was other just filthy stuff in there that was just like...
There was a scene in particular that I have to shower I have to pause the movie, go shower, and then come back. And
that's my point is like, I can't... It's so... gross and over the top that I can't even remember any of the good stuff. Usually the opposite happens. Usually there's stuff in movies that I don't like, but the good was so good that I just don't remember that it's there. He's the opposite. He's the only director where every movie is pretty much the opposite. He just goes for the shock value and the darkness part of it.
Can I explain to you something from Inglourious Bastards that to me is like an embodiment of what I appreciate about his filmmaking.
Sure. I haven't seen the whole movie, so I might not know what you're talking about. But...
Okay, that's fine. I'm going to explain it.
Okay.
Maybe light spoilers for anyone who cares. It's a pretty old movie, but just throwing that out there. So the movie starts off with Christoph Waltz character. He plays Hans Landa. He's a like really high-ranking official in the Nazi army. Okay, this is World War II era, France, Germany, all this stuff. And he goes to a dairy farm. Okay, dairy farm. That's gonna matter. To talk to the guy who owns it about the rumor that man is harboring a family of Jews somewhere on his property. And it's a really, really intense scene. And I mean, there are entire YouTube essay breakdowns on just that scene of like, but I'm not going to get too far into that. What I love about like Quentin's writing and stuff is like how he can write also his antagonists. Hans Landa is a phenomenal antagonist, and they have this like show off, like showdown in the kitchen or whatever. Anyway, he ends up breaking the guy and finds out that he is in fact harboring a family and they're under his floorboards. So Hans pretends like he's leaving, but he calls his guys in quietly, and then they all come in, like line up around the kitchen, and they shoot into the floorboards to kill the family. Well, in all the chaos, one of the family members escapes through a little side, like trap side door, like cellar door or whatever on the side of the house, and takes off running. And Hans sees her from like a long way off. It's not like they looked face to face or anything, but he sees her, and he aims his gun at her, but then doesn't shoot. So she gets away. Cut to blah, 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 like later in the movie. She is working in, I forget, it's some other part of Paris, I think, in a movie theater. And a like famous Nazi soldier becomes infatuated with her and wants to use that theater to show off this like Nazi propaganda film that's all about him and like this thing he did when they were out on a mission or whatever. She's obviously disgusted by him because you know where she's coming from on it. But, well, then also just the fact that people in Paris hated the Nazis anyway for like taking up residency there during that whole time. But she's disgusted with him, wants nothing to do with him, but like he won't take no for an answer. So they end up going to a restaurant, like a really, really nice restaurant, and he brings her there to like present her and like pitch her in the theater for like, he's like, I want to have my movie here. And it's like a huge deal because Hitler and like all the high ranking people are going to come see this film. So they have to get approval from a higher ranking officer before they switch venues. Who is it? Of course, Landa. As soon as they're in the same room together, you feel the tension because like she knows who he is. You think he doesn't, but like you don't know. Well, everyone else leaves and he keeps her there to like interview her. And it's just this super well shot tension building, like the way he's speaking to her and the way he's like dancing around things. Then he orders her a dessert, and he orders her milk, which he drank milk at the dairy farm when he was at the beginning scene. And he orders her a milk, and then she goes to like start eating her whatever it was he ordered her, some kind of strudel or something. And she goes to like start eating. He's like, wait for the cream. So it's like all this like dairy stuff. Like, dude, it's like so subtle and it's so tension building and it's such a good subtle callback. Like, that's what I love about him. Like, too many people, I think, in this day and age just dump things on the viewer's head. And Quentin, to me, that's what kind of leads to a lot of his movies having a lot of rewatchability, because you could go back and catch things like that, you know? Mm-hmm. And like none of that has any gore or filth in it at all. And to me, that's actually where I think he shines, which is why I say I agree with you. his shock value stuff it's a lot, and to me, I don't like it. But when he doesn't have that as our crutch to rely on in a scene, he really elevates. Like he really shines in like what else he uses to storytell, if that makes sense.
It does, but in the movies I've seen, I never really caught any of those kinds of things.
Well,
like,
I mean, I get that, and
it's also kind of like saying, and this doesn't even refute your point, but it's also like saying, this is kind of dark, but this is how those movies make me feel. It's almost like finding out that a married couple killed each other on their honeymoon, and then being like, yeah, but the wedding was so nice, you know. That's kind of how it feels to me.
I mean, I don't really know. I'm not trying to like split hairs with you, but in all seriousness, I don't see how that relates. But
because you use a good storytelling build up to, you know, like the wedding builds up to the honeymoon or whatever, and then you completely ruin it with all your trash. You know,
yeah.
like that's kind of how it feels to me. But I don't even notice the dialogue and stuff. Like I've never noticed any of that, and I've never felt like, I know some people talk about his dialogue and stuff, but I've always felt like that was really just an excuse to prop up somebody who's super shocking. There's a lot of that in Hollywood. Like the more shocking you can be, the more Hollywood just like latches onto those people. So that's kind of how I've always felt about it.
So I don't know. I mean, even in the other example given in this little hypothetical, I don't know if that's true, because Nolan to me is not shocking.
No, I'm not saying that you have to be shocking to make it in Hollywood. I'm just saying there are those people who come along who are just so shocking that like they push the envelope just enough. Some people are too shocking to the point where it's like the public's not ready for that yet. But if you're shocking to like enough to like walk the line well, Hollywood just like clings to those people and like props them up. So I'm not saying most people aren't like that. That's why those people get propped up, because it's like, oh, we found someone who can really push the envelope.
Yeah. I don't know. That's, man, I did not know you hated him that much. I knew going into this you would probably lean one way. I didn't know you would just straight up be like, I don't like anything he's done. I can't even watch one of his movies fully without. Well, I guess you've watched a couple of them fully, but like, don't even remember them basically.
You know, he actually said something though one time that made me like really like him. He was talking about Toy Story, and he was like so mad that they made a fourth one, and I was so with him on everything he said, because he was like, he went on this rant about how good the third movie was and how they ended the story so well. And then they made a fourth one, they completely crapped all over it. I'm like, yeah.
I agree with that.
That's like,
didn't we go together to watch the fourth one?
Yeah, we did. It was.
I told you then
good.
I hated the fourth one.
Yeah.
They made Buzz into a moron.
Yeah.
They completely, I mean, the whole thing was supposed to be like I guess I'm assuming what he said, like they kind of had an all around happy ending.
Yeah.
It was kind of a love letter to the audience that grew up with the original, because Andy grew up and was like an adult now, and like the kids who grew up with the original were all adults now, and it was kind of like, okay, we can put this to bed. And then you like bring all those characters back. You bring up a question that no one even had in the third one, which is like, where's Bo Peep? And then come to find out she's like some kind of, I don't even know what the heck she's supposed to be, like out at that car. She's like a carny or something.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It was really dumb. And then you make it a sad ending, because Woody was tossed aside by this owner. Like they left it off in 3, being like, these toys are going to live a long and happy life with this girl now.
Yeah.
Then she doesn't even like him.
You could kind of assume, I thought she lost him.
No, she just discarded him. She was putting him in the closet all the time. And then he went out, he made Forky for her.
Right.
And that was a real thing that she needed. And so he was constantly trying to get her to like, or get Forky, because Forky kept wanting to run away. He thought he was
in
trash.
The trash.
Yeah. So, and then he realized later that he just doesn't belong with her because she doesn't like him. So he goes running off with Bo Peep. So like he's separated.
You know they're doing
from
a
Buzz.
fifth one, right?
I know. It's horrible. It's so awful.
The only reason I'm okay with a fifth one is because they need to fix it. They need to fix it. Like I'm actually more okay with the fifth one than I was with the fourth one.
Yeah, I guess. But then it's the thing of like, what if they make it worse and then they just keep, you know?
You want to hear something crazy?
I would love to.
You say that, but Quentin Tarantino is the best. No, I'm just kidding.
Get out.
But when we went and saw 4,
Mm-hmm.
I had technically never seen all of 3.
Oh.
And I even then knew that they ruined 3 with 4. There was one day in like high school, it was one of the last days of school. My math teacher, we didn't have anything to do, so he put on 3. And we just started watching it until class was over. We didn't finish it. I forgot. We made it through most of it, but not all of it. And I never went back and finished it anywhere. I didn't own it or anything. And at the time, I didn't have any streaming services. I don't even know if 3 was put on any streaming services or whatever. But I didn't have a way to finish it. So for years, I never like saw the ending until like I started getting really into movies and stuff, looking up YouTube things, and then eventually I saw some accounts that covered how perfect the ending of 3 was.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew how it ended, but I never seen it. The other night, and I kid you not, like literally maybe a week ago, we were playing it for, me and my wife were sitting down watching it, and my son he has bath toys of Toy Story.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
he loves Buzz and Woody. So we were playing 3, because she had already, when I was at work or whatever, watched 1 and 2. So she's like, "Can we watch 3?" I was like, "I don't care." So we put it on. That was my first time sitting and watching it from beginning to end. And I got like choked up.
Yeah.
And then I looked at her and I was like, this makes me so much more mad.
Yeah, I know.
Now that I've actually seen the end, this makes me so much more mad that they made a 4th one.
I know. It's horrible.
It was so bad.
Yeah. I really liked Quentin Tarantino. When I heard him rant on that, I was like, my guy.
Well, see, and that's the thing, too, is like he likes all movies.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
I mean, you wouldn't think a guy like that would like Toy Story.
Yeah.
But like he just appreciates good storytelling.
Yeah. I mean, look, he seems like a cool dude. I think I could be
If a
friends
little
with him.
unhinged.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't have a problem with him as a dude, but his movies, I'm not even necessarily saying that they're bad because obviously people like them. I'm just saying I can't do it.
Right,
It's
I get it.
It's so much.
Right.
It's not me.
Well, and that's the thing. If anything, I thought you would appreciate him as someone who argues with like we kind of talked earlier before we were on the mic about like the establishment and like disagreeing with like he is that. Like every time he puts a movie out, he's like getting grilled on news networks and stuff, and he comes on and does interviews. Well, he doesn't hide from it. He'll straight up come on there and tell him like, this is my right to be able to do this, and like artistically there's a meaning to it, a message to it. If you don't see that and all you see is this, whatever, so be it. And I know you don't agree with all that because I know your point is you don't see the message to it. I get that. But
I do see the message. I just disagree with it.
Well, I'll put it like this. You don't see the message that he's claiming he's trying to perpetuate. You see a different message. And that's fair. But just as someone who's willing to put his art out there and stand by it and argue with people on it, I thought you would appreciate that about him too, to be honest.
I mean, maybe. I don't really know that much about him from that regard. But here's one thing I'll say. There have been times where I can respect a movie even though I don't even agree with the message or the like heaviness. And a good example, I was actually looking this up to see if it was Quentin Tarantino who did this film, but it wasn't. It was Martin Scorsese. Scorsese, thank you. The Departed. Have you ever seen that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Classic.
Yeah, I don't like it because it's so dark and it just makes you feel horrible inside. And there's some parts in that movie where you're just like, oh, I can't believe they did that. But it was tame enough to where it wasn't like, it certainly wasn't a Quentin Tarantino level, but it was such a well-written, that's a good example of like a very well-written movie. And like all-star cast, the dialogue was good, the storytelling was really good. I was drawn in the whole time, but yeah, I just can't do it again because it was just too dark. But so there's examples there. Like I can respect a well-made film.
Right.
I don't think Quentin Tarantino's films are like that. It's just so, it just seems like it's like, let's see how much we can push the envelope here. Like that's the whole purpose and point of it.
I mean, it's hard for me to argue that on one hand, just because I do think he intentionally does this shock value stuff that you're talking. Like, I don't think it's a coincidence that it's in every movie he does. I think it is intentional, obviously. And I've told you, I agree with you that to me it's a bit much most of the time. But I guess I think the difference in us is you see that and you're like, this is not for me at all. And I saw it and was like, I can see through the parts I don't like for the things I can still appreciate. And to be fair, I think a lot of that came from seeing certain clips of his movies out of context on YouTube first in like breakdowns and being like, wow, that's really cool. And then wanting to see it in the context of the film and then going to watch them and being like, whoo, man, everything around that's kind of rough, but that's still really cool. I didn't like go into his films, blindly. I went into them with like this expectation of like really high level writing, and it's there, but it is kind of like you said, like almost hidden behind like a lot of vulgarity, a lot of obscene gore and things like that, and just really disgusting sometimes things. But I don't know. So I guess, okay, moving on somewhat, but still related topic. So, because now I'm sitting here thinking, I mean, obviously it can't be Tarantino. Would you say there is a director who has a better filmography than Nolan?
Oh, well, for sure. I mean, Nolan's not the peak. I mean, M. Night Shyamalan. No, I'm just kidding. To be fair, his actual movies where he doesn't ruin something else are really good. Like The Sixth Sense, obviously.
Never seen it.
You've never seen The Sixth Sense? That's a very well-made film.
To be fair, though, I haven't seen that intentionally.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I only know because it was basically flat out ruined for me by a coworker who knew I hadn't seen it.
Oh, that's
literally asked me, "Have you seen it?" And I said, "No." And he like starts talking about it, and then it's like, "Yeah, by the way, spoilers because I care about you. If you haven't seen The Sixth Sense, skip ahead like 30 seconds because we're not going to talk about this." He asked me that, and then after he starts telling me about it. He's like, "Oh, you got to watch it. It's this and that." And then when you find out the guy's dead the whole time, I literally stopped working and just looked at him. And he was like, "Oh, you said you haven't seen it." I was like, "Yeah, and now I'm not going to."
Yeah.
And that was like at least 10 years ago. And
yeah.
I've never forgotten it, and I will never watch that movie.
That ruins the whole movie. I mean, there's no reason to watch it at this point.
Yeah. Like, if I had heard a bunch of people talking about how, like, oh, even if you know how it ends, it's, like, still worth a watch, I probably would have watched it. But everyone I've ever heard talk about it is, like, that ending. Like, that's the whole point is the ending.
You know, Nate Bargatze has a really funny joke about this because, like, throughout the movie...
Yes,
have
I know.
You heard
yeah. We thought it was more believable that she just wasn't talking to him for a year.
You're like, I know what this guy's going through.
Yeah, I really get it. That is very funny.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
Oh, no, you were asking me directors. Any directors that are
because like
better than
I
Nolan.
can't think of one better than Nolan if it's not Tarantino.
If it's not Tarantino.
Like, I mean, I can think of other notable ones, but like to me, they're not better. Michael Bay is not better. Zack Snyder's not better.
Oh gosh, I think James Gunn is better. Guardians,
2, Guardians 3. Well, here's the thing. I'm just playing a little devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
Which I already know what you're going to say, and it's fine. I find it funny that you would put James Gunn up there when some of his stuff is just as filthy as...
Okay, what do you think I'm going to say to that? I just want to know if you really know what I'm going to say to that.
I think your point will be that it's not all his movies, and he doesn't solely rely on it as like a selling point to his stuff, whereas every Tarantino flick has that. Yeah. And James Gunn has proven he can do it well without it, which I'll give you. But it's still there. Matter of fact, you had not seen his Suicide Squad movie, and we were talking about it, and I told you just one part of it that I was like, I don't think you'll like it because of this, and you were like, that's horrible. Yeah, I'm not going to watch that.
Yeah, I mean,
And that was one part. There's some other stuff in there.
sure. Would you say it's on the level of like a Tarantino film?
That movie, yeah.
Okay.
I'd put it up there.
Well, then I don't like that. But
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you up,
No,
but because I know we don't have like a million viewers, but like if people watch this, like I could see people arguing in the comments about it. What I mean by that is like it's definitely probably one of his most violent ones that I've seen, especially coming from the concept of it's a comic book film.
Yeah.
It's very violent, pretty darn gory, and got a lot of vulgar language in it. And I think all of that was because they wanted to really distance it from the bad Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
And so they really let him just kind of go free with it.
Yeah.
He could be pretty filthy.
Sure, yeah, he can be, and I don't like those films. But him as a whole, I've loved I liked Superman a lot. I liked the Guardians movies. What was the one he did, Scooby Doo? Those were great.
Those are pretty bad too, actually.
Like, what do you mean? Like,
well,
gory?
first of all, even the stuff that made the cut of the movie is like there's some innuendo-ish stuff in there.
Yeah, but it's not filthy.
It's not filthy, but there's some stuff that movie was meant to be made for a, like older audience. And when I say that, I mean like it got shot but cut, and they were like, we're just gonna make it for kids. Because I've seen it on Twitter. I've seen like cut scenes from it, and I was like, oh my God, like it really makes you look at that whole thing very, very differently.
Well, that's unfortunate. But
I thought it was cool to learn.
Sure, yeah. But you take that stuff out, and it's still a pretty good movie.
Right. I mean, I love them. So, but here's my other thing to that though, too, is if you're gonna take out the films from his filmography that are icky, I still don't know if he stands up to Nolan, because I think Nolan then has more. I think there's something to be said for having more as well. Like if there's a director who's done like one movie that is really, really, really good, I can't necessarily say he's better than this other director who's got like 7 that are all pretty good.
Yeah.
So like if you take movies out from James Gunn's filmography that are pretty bad as in like vulgar bad, like, you know, not like, ooh, that's a stinker, but like just bad. I think he's got less than Nolan has listed on that image. And I mean, I'm not saying that's the end all be all, but I'm just saying it is interesting. And I only say that because after we started having this debate, I was like, well, dang, I don't know who could stand to Nolan then, if not Quentin, just because, again, liking his style or not aside, he's got a pretty consistent filmography, at least, like critically speaking.
Yeah, I mean, if that's your criteria, then Tarantino is the only one really who can.
Because I can't think of, I mean,
but I'm talking about quality over quantity. Which director has consistently put out movies that are like really good and entertaining? That's kind of my approach. It's not how many they've done.
Then I would put Sam Raimi up there.
Yeah, I think Sam Raimi is better than what's his face, Tarantino.
Well, I know you think that, but do you think he's better than Nolan?
Oh yeah. I would put them about the same. Oh, see, that's hard. That's pretty hard. Because I recently rewatched. I think if this was before I rewatched the Raimi Spider-Mans,
you would put him below him.
I probably. But I just rewatched them again, and I'm like, those movies were actually like they stand the test of time.
They really do.
They're really good movies.
Well, and how are we not talking about your man, Mr. Jackson?
Huh?
Didn't was it Peter Jackson who did the?
Oh yeah. Duh. Peter Jackson.
If we're talking about quality over quantity,
dude, yeah, Peter Jackson is up. I mean, he's also done. He did The Lovely Bones, which was okay, but it was still a pretty good movie. He did District 9, which was a really good sci-fi movie. Have you seen that movie?
Mm-mm.
You've never seen District 9?
I've heard of it, but I've never seen it.
Okay, let me tell you how it ends. No,
okay.
Do you like?
He was dead the whole time. The whole time.
Do you like grungy, like soft sci-fi?
I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't. I can't think of an example of one I've seen.
District 9 is probably the best example. Okay.
Hunger Games?
That's more dystopian, but I would call that soft sci-fi. But the guy, he's got 2 movies now out of his books. The Martian. The Martian.
Oh, okay.
And Project Hail Mary.
Yeah.
Like that. You like those types of stories?
Yeah.
Okay. This is closer to Project Hail Mary. I guess it's probably like a blend of Hunger Games and Project Hail Mary. If you're talking about just about like genre, like there's no Hunger Games, but
Right.
there's no like it's
Just
not
kind of
teenager.
tone and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's a little bit dark and grungy, but it actually has kind of an interesting, somewhat sad, but like leave it open to your imagination type of vibe to it.
Yeah.
I think. And Peter Jackson did that one, and it was really good.
I'm gonna tell you another one. James Cameron, in all seriousness,
I was gonna bring him up. Yeah,
he's another good. I mean, Titanic.
Yeah,
classic. I mean,
Yeah.
I know some people hate on it, but it's a classic. And
Avatar,
groundbreaking. I'm not even a big fan of those movies, and I can say they're groundbreaking. I mean,
I'm as we're talking about this, I'm looking up who directed. I was gonna say Mel Gibson, but I think. I thought he directed The Patriot, but I looked it up and he didn't. So I think the only one he directed was Passion of the Christ. But I don't even know if he's directed much other than that. Now that I think about it, Rob Reiner or Reiner?
Robert Zemeckis.
Who's that?
Back to the Future.
Oh,
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Forrest Gump.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Castaway.
Oh my gosh.
Roger Rabbit.
Ah!
Flight.
Oh, that was that. We stopped that movie after 2 seconds.
I've never seen it. Why didn't you like it?
I
I love Denzel. That's why I'm curious why you didn't.
love Denzel too. It had some inappropriate stuff.
Like right off rip.
Yeah, pretty early on. We're like, eh.
I'm not a big fan of this one, but everyone else seems to be. Polar Express.
That one's not good. Honestly, it's okay. He's done
The
a lot of-
Walk.
Okay.
Didn't know he did that one. You know what that one is, right? With Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He put the tightrope line between the two skyscrapers. Monster House. I didn't know that was him.
Me neither. What's his name?
That movie, Robert Zemeckis.
Robert Zemeckis.
That movie is like, to me, a little underrated. Like, it's kind of stupid, but it's for kids, so I can let some things go. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
The little chubby friend or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'll never forget even as an adult, I laugh at this when they go in and they're like standing in like the doorway. It's the mouth, and the chandelier is hanging down, and the girl's like, it's the uvula, and he goes, oh, so it's a girl house. I was like, oh my gosh. As a kid, I didn't even know what that meant, but I knew that was funny.
Yeah.
As an adult, it's even funnier. What else? Any other big ones in here?
You ever seen The Three Amigos?
Yeah, with well, I've never seen
Steve
it,
Carell?
but yeah, Steve Martin.
Steve Martin, sorry, yeah.
And I don't know who the other two are.
Chevy Chase and
Martin Short?
Yeah, Martin Short.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to watch that
It's
now.
really funny.
I didn't know they go back that far. Me and Regla are like addicted to Only Murders in the Building. And I have always... That makes so much sense why they have so much chemistry together, dude, on that show.
Yeah.
I didn't know they go back that far.
Oh, yeah. The reason I bring it up is because that line reminded me of a line from that movie where they're like, you know, these heroes in this Mexican village, and the ladies are like flocking to them, and Chevy Chase's character is just super oblivious, and one of them's like trying to flirt with him, and she's like, have you ever kissed a girl before? And he's like, yeah, sure. And she's like, maybe later you could go out and kiss me on the veranda. And he goes, on the lips would be fine.
He is so dumb. That's just like a Community in that one scene where they said something about something kissing or whatever, and he was like, what? Where? And he goes, well, that's inappropriate. Obviously on the mouth, dummy.
Yeah.
I love his little lines like that crack me up. When they get the Spanish teacher who actually only speaks Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, hey, what all's going to be on the test? And she walks up to him like real angry looking, and she goes, en español? And he goes, I know it's in Spanish, dummy. I'm talking about what chapter. He's so funny, dude.
Yeah, I hate him.
Yeah,
No,
me
I'm
too.
just
He's the worst. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how we didn't think of Zemeckis and like Cameron and them earlier. Peter's another go. Did Peter Jackson do the Hobbit ones too?
Yeah, he did.
It's a little bit of a ding on him. I mean, it's not
It
his
is.
fault.
Yeah.
But sadly, it is. It's like we were talking about earlier. These like creators of these things, Lord of the Rings, I guess, being an example, and they just let them go do what they're going to do with it. Sadly, it does kind of taint the legacy of pretty much everyone involved in it. I mean, it's sad to say, but
yeah, I mean, I don't really know how much Jackson was involved with the direction they took with The Hobbit, but that was a little bit of did kind of bring his reputation down just a tad.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I would assume, just based on what I've heard about him and how much passion he put into the Lord of the Rings movies, I'm sure he was fighting the studio on how The Hobbit got made.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Which is probably part of why it's not that great.
But I also think my suspicion, and I haven't looked into this, so this is just complete guesswork on my part, but my suspicion is also that they were a little bit tired after the Lord of the Rings, because that was like they were in New Zealand for 2 years straight and filmed all 3 films at once, and like the amount of detail they put into that film, those films, was just insane. And I think that my guess is there's probably a little voice in the back of their heads going like, we really want to do all that again.
You're probably right. I mean,
but at the same time, you wouldn't have to if you just did one long film.
Yeah. It would not have been the same as doing another trilogy.
Yeah.
And it would have hit better, I think.
I think they also had a higher budget too than for the Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I'm sure, because by then, I mean, budgets have inflated a lot. Like a lot.
That's true.
I was actually just watching a thing the other day where they were talking about $100 million is no longer really a huge budget for a movie.
That is wild to me. If you gave me $100 million, I would make a great movie.
I wouldn't. I'd spend $100 million though. They'd be walking through like, what's the bounce house for? Like, don't worry about it. Special scene, behind the scenes feature.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of funny. I thought that was going to go a very different way than it went.
And here we are.
I can't believe you hate Quentin. Like I knew you wouldn't be a huge fan of him. I can't believe you hate him.
I don't hate him
Well,
as a
his
dude.
Work.
Yeah. I hate most of his films.
Yeah.
They're just way too dark. Way too gory. Way too gross.
I need to one day what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down and create a scale, like a 1 through 10 with a movie example at each level. And I'm going to figure out where your sensibilities lie, like where the line is.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that because I always pictured you like on a 1 through 10, maybe like leaning towards a 6 to 7 if it was explainawayable. Like you said, like I could excuse this because of this, but to me, that's where I would put some Tarantino stuff is in that 7-ish category. Maybe stronger 7 than other movies, but like that area.
I don't see how you get worse than Tarantino.
Horror films.
Okay, then Tarantino's a 9. But even so, Tarantino's movies are like gorier than a lot of slasher films. And like horror is a little bit of a broad. There's like slasher horror. There's like psychological horror. There's different.
That's true, but for me, I'm saying like, I guess okay. You know how there's like violence, and then there's like cartoon violence.
Yeah,
I view Tarantino's violence as more like cartoony, and that I guess that's part of why I view his stuff differently. Like because it's so over the top exaggerated that it stops becoming realistic to me. Like when people get shot, there aren't actually like huge gushes of blood everywhere. Like it's like turned up to 11, his violence.
That's true, but I wouldn't use the word cartoony. I know what you mean by that, but to me it feels like he's trying to say, what if it really was like that? Can you imagine how gory that would be?
It kind of is what he's... I mean, I think that's what any director is saying about anything they do. Like, what if this was like this? And I think that's part of his thing, is like, he grew up a lover of films, and so that's why like his Kill Bill movies were like two of his biggest passion projects, because he loved kung fu flicks growing up. But like, his kung fu movies is nothing like regular kung fu movies. That, like, way more gory. Like, way more. Yeah. I've never even sat and watched the Kill Bills because of... I know how his gore is in other films that don't involve sword play.
Yeah.
I don't need to see Kill Bill to know that. I've seen clips of them, but like, I've never sat and watched them. Some people would hold that as a huge knock against me as a Tarantino fan, but I don't care. Like, maybe one day, but as of right now, I'm good without him. But that is kind of his whole thing, is like, he's like, what if kung fu movies were like this? Like, what if this is how kung fu was?
Yeah.
So like, you're right.
But he doesn't lean into the cartoon aspect of it. He
doesn't. Well, I don't know.
It's like, let's make it look realistic. Let's make it look like this is what actually happens when you get shot.
Well, so, I mean, it is real life stuff. I mean, it's real life. It's live action. So I mean, he does make it look realistic. But it's like in Pulp Fiction, the scene where they've got the snitch or whatever in the back of the car, and John Travolta, they're like arguing, and then he gets involved, and he turns around, he's got like the gun pointed at him, and he's yelling at him, and he accidentally shoots him, and like his whole head explodes because he gets shot. Which, like, I'm not gonna say that's impossible depending on like the caliber of gun you're being shot with, but it's not very realistic.
Yeah, but still, it's like, it's not unrealistic for someone's head to get blown off like that. It just is unrealistic in that scenario. So it's
right. That's what I'm saying. Like, but it's played off like a funny moment. Like, oh man, like, because he didn't mean to shoot him. Like, it was an accident.
Yeah, that's horrible.
All right,
I hate that. It makes me feel sick. Here's my example. If you talk about like cartoonishly like done, but it's still live action, Home Alone 2 is a perfect example. Like, all of the stuff, the physical pain they go through, but are completely unscathed.
I get what you mean.
Like when he's getting electrocuted by the sink and he turns into a skeleton.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I think about. Like, they're not trying to be like, okay, what if it actually works this way? They're just saying, we're just going to be ridiculous for the fun of it.
I'm going to pose something. I feel like you're okay with that because you feel like they deserve that, though.
What do you mean?
I feel like you're okay with them going through all that over-the-top violence because they're breaking into a kid's house versus like the guy in Pulp Fiction getting shot. Yeah, no. He's a bad dude, but so are the guys shooting. Like, they're not. It's not good and bad. It's bad and bad.
That is maybe like 1% of. I mean, I agree with that statement, but that's not the main reason. It's not gory in Home Alone 2.
No, it's not gory.
It's played off as like joke. Like, obviously, if you got hit in the head with a brick, that would be gory. Like, if you get someone threw a brick at your head from that height,
yeah.
The fact that it only just knocks him out and he goes, like, it's so stupid and hilarious.
Don't get me wrong. We've already discussed. I know the gore is part of it. I get that, but I'm saying as far as like now, just talking about like violence being turned up to like there's like a dial, right? And it's like the more it gets turned up, the more uncomfortable it is to watch because like. Violence it's going to make you uncomfortable. It's human nature. Like, no one, people might argue with it. My thought is no one likes to sit and just watch people get hurt.
Sure.
But once you hit a certain number and go past it, now you're in the realm of like, okay, this is so exaggerated. It's funny. I'm burning my hand on doorknobs and slipping on slippery steps and stepping on nails, like things like this.
It depends, though, what you mean by that, because it depends on which way you're going up. Is the gore going up that high, or is that's violence going up that high?
That's exactly my thing, though. Is I'm saying the only difference between some of what Tarantino does and what I forget who even directed the Home Alones.
Yeah, I don't know.
What he did is just that he doesn't show, obviously, it's a kid's movie. I mean, he doesn't show like a whole lot of blood and stuff like that.
Right.
There's some, but there's not a lot. Not as much as there really would be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you'd be dead with the first brick.
Right.
Like,
but like Tarantino is like, well, there's real consequences for these actions in my movies. But like, I'm still turning it up to 11 to where it's like ridiculous that this would even happen.
yeah, but that's what I dislike about it, because it's heavy on the gore.
So
it's
you
the
don't
dark,
mind
the dark imagery, the disgusting, the horror part of it. Like,
So you don't mind the sensationalization of the violence, just the gore with it.
yeah,
Okay.
the like darkness of it. If you play it all, like Looney Tunes is extremely violent, but it's hilarious because they don't actually get hurt, and they're cartoons.
Yeah.
That's what part of what makes it so funny is it's so ridiculous that they're dropping pianos from a roof.
You know they don't actually get hurt in Tarantino's movies, right? Like they're not really just like murdering people.
I mean, the characters. Don't actually
Okay, yeah. They're dead. I mean, to be fair, you like The Punisher.
I do. I wish it was a little less gory, but it's not over the top. It's, to your point you made earlier
I
about.
don't know. Have you seen his show?
Well, that is fair. I only saw like the first 2 episodes of his show, so I haven't seen.
I was gonna say it's.
I was thinking about him in season 2 of Daredevil.
Oh yeah, no, that's toned down. His show, especially season 1, I love it. It's brutal.
Yeah,
it is brutal.
Well, yeah, that's fair. I mean, even Daredevil Born Again was kind of gory at some parts. Dude, you never finished it. The last thing Kingpin does is gruesome to the point where we both had to look away. Like
You and Evangeline.
my 2-year-old daughter, for those of you who don't know who he's referring to.
She was like, "Whoa, Dad! Why are you showing me this?" My gosh, third time today we watched this episode. Yeah, right.
Yeah. But
how do y'all get to... Oh wait, you said she naps.
She does, but we put her down for bed, and then we usually watch movies in pieces. So we'll watch some movies before we go to sleep sometimes at night, and we'll watch like 45 minutes and then go to sleep or something.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say Ezra.
Yeah.
You better just be okay with him just running back and forth in front of you through the whole thing, because he ain't napping. I say some days he will. Most days he ain't napping.
Yeah.
He's just going to be actively doing his own thing while you watch whatever you're trying to watch.
That's fair.
But I was just curious how y'all get anything done as far as watching anything and enjoying it. Have y'all thought any more about watching Severance?
Well, we just don't have Apple TV.
I'm sure you get a free trial. Just binge through it.
Maybe I'll look into it. If
you did, though, you'd be mad at me, because then you'd want it for like ever for the new seasons.
Okay.
Okay, so we've established you love Quentin Tarantino now. I've convinced you. We've turned the page. Whole new world, whole new life, like moving forward.
Whole new world.
And you said you don't like Michael Jackson. That was spot on. Did you hear that they've come out and announced the second live action Aladdin movie? They have not learned. They have not learned. I hope those things just keep flopping. I hope they keep flopping and keep flopping.
What difference does it make if they're going to keep making them, though? Why?
They're going to lose money.
That hasn't stopped them so far.
They haven't... Look, everyone they've dropped, they've still made some money. Well, I say made. I don't think they've profited on a couple of them, but I'm saying like some people have still gone. I think the more and more that these happen, the less and less people are going to go see them.
Yeah, I mean, who wants to see that?
Honestly, even the first one, which this was still before I was completely out on the live actions, was not that good.
It wasn't.
And I've never even seen the second one in animated form. Like, why are we doing that?
I mean, I loved those movies as a kid.
You saw the second one?
And the third one.
I didn't even know there was a third one.
Yeah, the King of Thieves, man. I don't remember anything about them, but I do remember watching them as a kid.
Too violent. You can't remember through the violence.
In the third one, the bad guy has like a oh no, King of Thieves is the second one. Yeah, he's got like a Wolverine type thing.
Oh, he's got like a hand for a finger.
Yeah, and a finger. He's all his fingers end in hands. That's why he's so good at thieving, because he can just
grab a lot of things at once.
Yeah. I mean, a tiny thing.
Well, yeah, little things, but no, I've never seen those, but yeah, I saw that and I was like, why are we still doing this, man?
Yeah,
I was like, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Yeah, the third one is Return of Jafar. That's the third one.
Oh, I wonder what happens in that one.
Who knows?
Well, the live-action sequel should be called The Return of Will Smith, because he is coming back to play Genie again.
That was a bad choice. I did not like him as Genie. I just didn't like the whole thing. That's the problem.
I was going to say, the movie itself was bad.
Yeah.
I can't necessarily think of anyone I would have put in his place for that.
It's hard to replace Robin Williams.
That's my thing. Like, I feel like no matter who they picked, it would have been like, that's a bad choice.
Yeah.
So, like...
Jim Carrey, actually.
They went with... I don't even think... Jim Carrey... Dude, I watched Ace Ventura last night for the first time in, like... Years.
Yeah.
And I was dying, dude.
It's so good. Oh, okay. Let me ask you this. In the version that you watched, because there's a scene that was in the movie, and it's cut out of almost every single version now, and it drives me crazy, and I have to like scrounge every time. Where he shows up to the tank to inspect it after the dolphin's gone. Did you see the part in the version you watched where he comes out and goes to the reporters and pretends to be the dolphin's trainer, and he's like, and he gets up on the dolphin and he goes. Did you?
Oh,
no,
I've never seen that.
That's the funniest scene in the whole movie. It gets cut out of every version, and like I finally found it on YouTube one day, and everyone was commenting, "Why did they take this out of like the DVDs and the streaming?"
I was gonna say I had a DVD of it growing up, and I've never seen that scene.
There's only like a few DVDs that are out there that have that scene on it. I don't know why it got taken out. It's so funny. He pretends to be the dolphin's trainer, and he's one of the reporter says something like, do you think the dolphin is like thinking, I don't remember what the question is, but he's like, what do you know about it? Do you have a dorsal fin?
Oh my
so
gosh.
funny.
I have to look that up. No, I didn't. I've never seen that.
I'm going to look it up like right now. I mean, I guess I can show you after, but I just want you, let's see if we can find this, because I want to get your reaction. Ace Ventura deleted dolphin scene. It's one of the most researched.
Let me put it right up to the mic.
Yes. This is an ad. This is not the actual.
Students get hands-on and start creating. Snowflake is not available right now. Not available? Roger, been waiting all day. I gotta get a shot of his new trick for the evening news.
Why, is he sick? Oh,
What for is the shouting? Who the hell is that?
that's
Heinz gets velvet. I am trainer of dolphins. You want to talk to the dolphin? You talk to me. What happened to the regular trainer? What happened to him? What happened to me? 7 years I'm with Siegfried. We are making the dolphins disappear, and then Roy is coming with the white tiger and the stuffing in the pants, and I'm gone.
where is Snowflake?
Why do you care about the dolphin? Do you know him? Does he call you at home? Do you have a dorsal fin? To train the dolphin, you must think like the dolphin. You must be getting inside the dolphin's head and communicating. I'm saying to Snowflake, and he is saying, and he is up on the tail. And you can quote him. All right, it's just about time for Coach Schuler's press conference, so why don't I take you folks over that way? We'll let Heinz.
Oh my gosh.
Why did they take that out?
Why do you care about the dolphin? Do you know him? Does he call you at home on the phone? Do you have a dorsal fin? That's pretty funny. No, I've never seen that.
Most
Now,
people
I will
haven't.
say, as funny as that is, and maybe it's just because I didn't like see that in the movie the first time or something, that would still not top my favorite scene in the movie.
I mean, it's not the funny. Well, I know I said it was the funniest scene in the whole movie earlier. That was a bit of an exaggeration, but I just feel so passionately because it's so funny and like there's no reason to take it out. It's not
What
even
is
that
yours?
long.
If you had to pick, what's your favorite scene?
Oh, that's hard, dude.
We are so like I brought that one thing up and then like now we're on but it's
I know.
okay. To be honest, I actually was going to bring this up anyway just cuz I was going to tell you how much I completely see how you've molded a lot of your personality off Ace Ventura. Like I could tell you grew up with those movies.
Oh yeah, they were everything to me.
That scene where they walk into the fancy party and he's like
yeah.
doing the thing that I've literally seen you. I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's Dan. He learned that from Daniel."
Yeah. I taught him everything he knows. The funniest scene. That's really hard because there's so many funny scenes. But maybe it would be the scene where he figures out that Einhorn is a man, and he's like doing the plunger on his mouth.
Yeah.
where he's chewing all the gum.
7 packs of gum.
and he rescues Dan Marino. He's like, "Hey, how much gum are you chewing?" He's like, "That's none of your business, and I'll thank you to stay out of my personal affairs."
Yeah.
Yeah, so good.
That's
Or
pretty
talking
good.
out of his butt. I mean,
I
classic.
don't know. That one didn't even make me laugh much as a kid. But
Oh man.
when I say a kid, I didn't see Ace Ventura for the first time until I was like in high school. But my favorite scene, and I used to rewind it over and over on my laptop when I would play the DVD because I tried to memorize it. And I actually had it pretty much at one point, but I've forgotten it now. But when he goes to Ray Finkel's parents' house and he knocks on the door and they open, the little slide opens and they're like, "What do you want?" And he goes, "I'm looking for Ray Finkel." And they slide out a shotgun barrel and he goes, "And a new pair of shorts."
And a clean pair of shorts.
A clean pair of shorts. And he goes, "What do you know about Ray Finkel?" And he goes, "Soccer style kicker, graduated from." I was just like, he goes on. I used to be able to almost do that word for word, and then
Wow.
at the end he goes, "And one heck of a model American." It's just like, I was dying all over again last night watching that, dude. Oh my gosh, I was telling Regular last, I was like, this man went on like an iconic run.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's an actor who's been on a better run of movies than he went on in like the late 90s, early 2000s.
He's just a one of a kind dude.
Literally. I don't think we in our lifetime will never see another actor like that.
He deserves the title the King of Comedy. I mean,
I don't know about that.
well, if you're talking about comedy films,
Oh, okay. I could give
not
him
not
that.
like stand up or anything.
Yeah, I was going to say Dave Chappelle, but
The King. Come on. I like Dave Chappelle. He's hilarious.
here's the thing with me about Dave Chappelle, and I don't want to get too off topic because I want to keep talking about the movie, but Dave Chappelle, to me, what makes him, like, I could give him that and feel fine about it, he makes everything funny. He makes sad things funny, like even right when they happen, like he has talked about some really tough things. He will just sit on stage like and not have prep material. He'll just sit on a stool and just talk to people. And not only is he speaking with like a lot of knowledge and like wisdom on things, but like he makes it funny.
Yeah.
So much less his prepped material he's just a great storyteller. And to me, that's my favorite kind of comedian, is a great storyteller who can make a regular story funny.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
I could listen to arguments for other comedians and be fine with it. I think there's other great ones. Bargatze's a great one. I think he's a little young to be called the King
Yeah,
yet.
he can't deserve that title.
But like, and I know you probably don't love him, but George Carlin to me he's up there. He's really good and had a new special every year from like the 70s or 80s on up to when he died.
You're gonna hate me for this, but I actually think if anyone deserves this, you're talking about stand-up comedy. If anyone deserves that title, it's probably Seinfeld.
I don't hate you for that. I think
He's just been like, that's not why I hate you.
that's not why I hate you at all. No, his stand-up is actually pretty funny. And it was, again, kind of like you've told me about his show. For its time, it was pretty groundbreaking. Like he was doing different. He was one of the first ones, I think, that I know of that made observational humor like really funny and like a mainstay in stand-up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call him the king just because to me, King of Comedy has to hit the largest crossover of audiences. And I think there are people who Seinfeld's not their cup of tea. And I'm not even talking about just me. Like, I do find his stand-up funny.
Yeah, but he has way more crossover than Chappelle does.
I don't know about that, dude.
I do, because like, Chappelle was a really niche for our generation. I think he has a lot of crossover in our generation. I'll give you that. Like the people who we went to high school with and stuff, whether you were a goth or prep or whatever, like you probably liked Dave Chappelle and grew up with him. Seinfeld is generationally, like universally, he's known. More people know about Seinfeld than know about Chappelle, and like people from all different likes and tastes in certain things also like Seinfeld as well.
I don't know. Chappelle's been around for a long time.
He has, but
and he's been notable for like most of that time.
Well, I remember he was like really taking off in the like early 2000s to early to mid 2000s, right before I went into high school. By the time I was in high school, he was like,
that's when he got his show and stuff, and he was doing a couple. I'll give you that, but he was around and like known since he was like 15. Like he's told stories when he accepted that the writer award. I
don't know.
What's that famous author that did
J.K. Rowling.
That's it. Best author ever. King of authors. No, the one that did oh my gosh.
I think Stephen King.
No, that's not.
He's literally
he is the king of writers. That's true. Oh my gosh. Anyway, it's some famous author. I can't remember, but it's a writer's award, and he got it. And there's a Netflix special on like just him accepting it, and like people speaking to him and stuff. And when he came up and did his thing, he was talking about like he was like 14 years old, 13, like couldn't drive.
Yeah.
And his mom was like getting off work and taking him because he couldn't get in these clubs and stuff. He's too young. So without her there, he couldn't get in. She would take him and sit in there while he would perform on stage, and then she would take him home. Like he's been doing this for a long, long time. But I get what you're saying. I wouldn't argue with the Seinfeld. Like I could understand anyone saying it's him. Like there's a few that I could be like I could accept it. But first of all, I'm not as familiar with Seinfeld stand-up as I am with Chappelle's. So
same here. I'm less familiar with Chappelle than I am with Seinfeld.
So I mean, it'd be hard for me to, but that might be something I need to bone up on a little bit, just to know. I mean, I know he's a good comedian. I mean, I know he is.
But like the thing you were talking about, groundbreaking, he made observations about things that nobody would think was funny. I saw one of his first appearances on the Johnny Carson show when he wasn't even famous yet, and he did this bit about washing machines. Like, what's funny about a washing machine? He made it really funny. He's like, I don't remember exactly how it goes. He said something like how the washing machine gets like really, really shy if you put it on a delicate cycle. It's like you open it up, it's like, excuse me, I'm trying to do a delicate cycle here. Who would even think that way, you know?
Yeah, no, like I said, he's definitely the one who made the whole observational thing popular, I think. But back to the movie though. So your favorite scene you said is the him talking to Dan Marino about the gum, or when he finds out she's a man or whatever.
Yeah.
Which one is better to you, the Pet Detective or When Nature Calls?
That's also really tough. I actually, the first time I saw the second movie, I thought it was funnier than the first. But they're both unique, and I don't know. That's really hard. They're both hilarious.
So it's hard for me because I like the story of the first one better.
Yeah.
I don't like the whole him stopping the tribes fighting because of the bat thing and all that to me. But I do. So I think the first one might be funnier as a whole, but I think the second one has some of the better like individual moments.
I think I could agree with that.
Because like the Monopoly man, like him wearing the Monopoly, do not pass go, do not collect $200. Like that used to crack me up. And then like it was just the first time I saw some like stuff in a movie that like I was like, oh my gosh, that's really clever. Because it was a Not that, but that is funny. Him doing the physical humor with like him driving that Jeep.
Yeah.
And you know where they're at, so you like have this preconceived notion, and he's like
It zooms out
and then it
paved road.
yeah, and the other guy's just sitting there like looking at him. Like that really cracked me up. I was like, that's very clever.
Yeah.
It's very, very, you have to think he made that up.
I know, yeah.
I have to believe he made that up and just like, hey, I'm going to do this and we're just going to see how it looks. And they kept it because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
And then at the beginning where he's like, I have moved beyond your worldly whatever, talking about the guy offering him money. And then he tells him how much money and he goes,
Yeah.
really? Like, his little catchphrases and stuff.
Or
dude.
he does the slinky and it stops on the last step.
He goes, can we go again? And he goes, we really should get going. He goes, fine. Let's just do everything you want to do. Can you believe this? This has got to be some kind of record.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
It's so fun. I wonder how they made it do that. They made it stop on the last step. Wouldn't momentum have just carried it? I can't tell if you're judging me or if you're also thinking about it.
I can't tell if you're serious right now.
No, I'm being for real.
They just had it off screen and just dropped it onto the screen.
But you see it come down a couple steps at the last
oh, well.
bit. Like
I see. Okay.
I
I thought you were saying that they literally went to that place and did the slinky down every single step.
No,
And
I'm
like,
saying
Chris,
you see it like
I get what you're saying now.
almost think it was like a mess up. And then
yeah.
he just went with it, and they
been.
kept that too because it literally you see it going down the last few, and then on the last one it just catches itself, it stops,
Yeah.
and he's like staring at. It's almost like literally being filmed, like it's going to be completed, and then you just see the light die in his eye.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He's hilarious. He is something else. I'm going to tell you another, this is going right back to what I said we wouldn't go back to, but another good stand-up comedian that people don't talk about for some awkward reasons.
And that's all we have time for today. I was making a joke because no one talks about him, so we're not going to talk about him either.
Yeah.
That was the joke.
I did the you thing, by the way, just now.
Yeah, I know.
It did not hit as hard.
No.
I guess because when you do it, I laugh. And when I did it, you were like, yeah.
Well, you did it while I was telling a joke.
That's what you do.
Yes, but I am funny. No,
It's called timing. Bill Cosby.
Well, there's a reason people don't talk about it.
That's what I'm saying. I know. But he... And that's when the show got canceled.
That's not what I was expecting at all. That is not the name I was expecting. I thought you were gonna talk about someone who's like funny but under like an underdog or whatever.
No, just a convicted bad guy.
why that guy just flew off the radar. He was always funny. Shows were family friendly.
I was about to say something so not.
Anyway,
can you hear me?
Very much so.
Oh, never mind. Very much so.
To be fair, though, Bill Cosby's stand-up was hilarious.
Oh yeah, no, it really was.
We're coming up on time.
Okay,
my guy.
I think that's it. Anyway, I mean, that was like the major. I wanted to talk about the One Piece news. Now I've got you completely sold on the show, so that'll be cool. Let's do one last Twitter check just to see if there's any Doomsday casting news.
6 hours later.
700 hours later.
Whoa, jeez, dude. I thought 6 was a lot. I don't like the look on your face right now.
Well, this person is a very notable leaker.
Yeah.
And yesterday they said that they've seen the Doomsday teaser and it's pretty good and has a lot of doom in it. And then this person just tweeted out and responded and said, as the editor for the Avengers Doomsday trailer, I can confirm you did not. Hope this helps.
Oh, spicy. So there's no.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Oh my gosh, the Batman 2 got delayed again? That just broke a few hours
What a
ago.
shame. Oh.
I know you
Anyway.
don't care. I know you don't care.
Are you is there anything else you wanted to talk about or say? I mean, we can't like talk about things, but
No, I mean that's pretty much it. Like I said, that was all the notable stuff. Hopefully, if anything happens between now and the next show, we'll be able to kind of dig into it a little bit more. But if they're doing a chair thing, it'll be later. I mean, to be fair, last time they did it, it was like around 5:00. So
yeah, so we'll see. All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Yep, thank you. And next time we'll talk about Daniel's newfound love
Yeah,
for
look
One
at
Piece.
the elbow. There it is.
That helped. Newfound love for One Piece.
Newfound love for One Piece. Okay, bye.